Daryl, not a good day at the office today, but what do you think went wrong?
Went wrong? Where do you start? Paul McCallum, Sam Lingard off in the first half. More injuries that are going to be long term again. Looks like Mac has ripped his thigh and Lingy's broke his foot. So the team that's been 1 loss to 7 really in the last few weeks has pulled apart in the first half. I thought we took too long to react to that in terms of the players who came on. We lost a bit of rhythm, which can happen. Thought we stayed in the game well in the first half. Got into the final third lots of times and should have done better with the ball. The goal, their first goal they've scored at the back post, we've probably watched it 20 times this week. That he goes there every single time to cross, so we've seen it over and over and over again. And then even in that second half, I still feel we're not too bad in possession of the ball. We're getting into the final third, but we lacked any real quality or killer edge in there when we got in there, and that's a disappointment.
And you mentioned Paul McCallum and Sam Ling there, 2 bad injuries, potentially long-term ones, within 25 minutes of the first half. That really reflects our season so far, doesn't it? Yeah,
it's been a nightmare in terms of we've got to change things every. I'll say to you, every game to game, it's half to half at the minute. It's just we're losing players that, and you're losing big players. Balanta, Valetti, McCallum, Ling, Long King, big players for us. Tavares, who was excellent, and they're not having an injury where they're out for a couple of weeks. They're out for a couple of months. Johnson again. So it's been really tough in terms of for the squad, and it's hard to keep patching teams together to go through. And I can't criticise anyone's endeavour today. Everybody worked really hard. I can't knock anybody for that. They put a shift in. They stuck together. They worked hard. But when you keep losing key players, it's going to affect any team at any level.
And just reflects on 2 goals. You touched on the first one, the back stick. The score at the back stick, just both of them were crosses into the box. That must be quite frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustrating. We crossed, how many balls did Ty Johnson cross when he came on? 10? We don't get anywhere near him, I think, and that's the difference. Football can be as nice as it wants to be in the middle of the pitch, and we were okay in there. But I think where it's won and losses in both boxes, and particularly in the attacking box today, we weren't good enough, like I said.
And you've mentioned about all the players we are missing. You must be looking to bring a few in now.
No, we're hoping to have. We've been doing it for a couple of weeks, but it's been difficult to get players in. I think it is hard at this stage of the season to get players in. You've got the EFL teams that have got their EFL Cup games and stuff like that. We don't want to let anybody out of the squad, and I don't know where we are now. Prior to the game, we're 3 points off the playoffs, and we're looking up the league to take some players off teams above us, and they don't want to give them to us, which I understand. So sometimes you've got to go with what you got and keep working hard.
On a positive then, Tyreek Johnson did make his debut for the club, and you said to me a few days ago he's like a younger Miles Weston. I think he did show that today a little bit. How do you think he did?
I thought he done really well. He went on, and it wasn't easy for him either in the circumstances. And you bring someone in like Ty because of the amount of crosses he gets in for Paul McCallum, because that's what Paul McCallum wants. And then Paul McCallum's gone in the first half, which is disappointing for us. But I thought Ty performed really well, and I'm sure he'll be an asset for us.
And how do we turn this around then for Tuesday? A big test against Boreham Wood at home.
It'll be a difficult game. Boreham Wood are a good team. Luke's a good manager, a good friend of mine. I think before the game we were 1 loss and 7. Is that right? Something like that? And then we're 2 and 8, I think. So we've been on a good run and good form, and with all the ups and downs and problems we've had on the pitch in terms of injuries and stuff. So we've got to just regroup again on the way home, stick together. These things happen in the season. Try and put a team back Tuesday night that can go and compete with Boreham Wood.